Hi there, I'm Justin Pritchard, and in this video, the all-new, all-wheel drive Nissan Altima. This is the newest version of one of the older kids on the block. Altima's been at the family sedan game for a while, and this latest unit brings a great new look, new technologies, cutting-edge safety equipment, and all-wheel drive as standard on every single unit. Meaning, ladies and gentlemen, that this is something very special. It's a brand new all-wheel drive car, like regular good old-fashioned family sedan car. And in a world where everyone wants all-wheel drive and everyone buys a crossover to get it, here's another alternative for you if the crossover is not your style. So if you want all-wheel drive but you like driving a car, well, here's another option to consider, and there are not many. I was so excited by this that I couldn't wait to tell camera guy James and the crew.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Good, good.
Guess what we're shooting today?
I have no idea what we're shooting.
A car, like an actual car.
A car, not a crossover. A car.
We've been doing crossovers for like 100,000 years. Guys, look, it's an actual car, like
Oh my
not
God, it's a car?
like a
sedan car.
This is not a crossover. This is the first car that we've shot. Look at this.
I know what to say.
When was the last time you actually shot a car on this ship?
Last year?
Yeah, probably.
Car.
All right, let's go. Anyhow, let's get going. Lots of good stuff happening on board. It's generally roomy in every direction, but at 5'10", headroom for me was more than adequate, but not excessive. Rear seat legroom is very adult-friendly too, and I could sit behind myself no problem, and bringing 3 other adults along for the ride is no problem either. The overall look and feel is techy, upscale, very modern, with tasteful trimmings, plenty of texture to keep the eyes busy, and aside from a few too many closeout panels and some El Cheapo-looking plastic wood accents, it's a job very well done, I think. The central command interface is easy to use without frustration. Before long, there are Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can do everything you like with entertainment, communication, and navigation solely by voice. And the instruments are bright and clear, complete with a display screen smack in the middle. Good storage all around, nice deep console cubby, door bins, and a covered center console storage bin to help keep your things organized and secure. And everything is logically placed, clearly marked, easy to find, and easy to use. Everything is pretty much smack where it belongs in here, and in about 13 seconds, you'll learn to move between each function like a hot knife through butter. So it seems Altima wants you to enjoy using it, and there's no funny business required to find or operate just about anything. After a day or so, you'll feel right at home. Outward visibility is pretty good. Still, there's this parking camera system that can show your full surroundings on a single screen. Too bad the graphics are just unbelievably bad. Also, there are even safety gadgets that can stop you from accidentally leaving your lane, warn you, or even intervene if you're at risk of certain types of collisions. And there's some nicely done autonomous steering and braking capability, which ties in to some of the high-tech safety features too. If you manage to hit something, go buy a lottery ticket. And if this will be your first new car in many years, and if you've never had any of these sort of high-tech safety and communications features before, there's little cause for feeling overwhelmed because, like all of the sort of standard controls elsewhere on board, all of Altima's high-tech stuff is easily learned and becomes second nature to use before too long at all. There's little to know about that all-wheel drive system if you're wondering. It sends power to all 4 wheels with millisecond precision in the best manner possible for the situation, and it works effectively and requires none of your attention at all, ever. It's always on, just drive the car and enjoy all of that sweet, sweet traction while your friends in front-wheel drive family haulers spin and slip in the snow. Altima joins the Legacy, the Fusion, and a very small number of other mainstream sedans with all-wheel drive. So if you want to drive a car, like a car, and that means sitting lower in the cabin, closer to the road, being surrounded by the interior rather than sitting up above it all, and you get a lower center of gravity, better handling, better mileage, and the list goes on. Well, you get all of that here with power going to all 4 wheels for when the weather outside is lousy. So here's another option for you, and a pretty good one. All Altima models are automatic, and they all use a Cvt transmission, which has no gears, and it is one of many parts of this car that you'll never need to think much about. Just put it in drive and go. From the driver's seat, it's just like any other automatic, but this one makes for a smoother drive, more refined performance, and better mileage. It doesn't shift gears because it doesn't have any, and that can feel a bit funny, but you'll get used to it in a day. The engine is this 4-cylinder, a 2.5 with 182 horsepower. In most driving, you'll rarely feel or hear anything from it, or the transmission at all. It's very smooth and very quiet on a world-class level, and in all, this powertrain is perfect for the driver who primarily wants decent performance, very quiet operation, and good fuel mileage. In fact, with the mileage and a generous fuel tank, you should be clear for well over a day of highway cruising before you'll need to fill up. And on that highway cruise, fantastic seats, and I almost never say that, a ride that's soft but not sponge cake, steering that's heavied up for a sturdy feel in your hands, and noise levels kept down enough that there's no need to raise your voice for a casual conversation, even past the highway speed limit. And so you cruise along, doing 2,000 revs or less, and taking in the Bose stereo, and enjoying the drive. And you do that, I suppose, because through its design and layout and fine-tuning, Altima has successfully created an atmosphere that makes it easy for you to relax in. And maybe enjoy the nifty little touches, like the rear seat reminder to check for things in the back before you leave, or how the wiper and light selections pop up here for quick reference. Steering and handling are as expected. I don't find Altima feels either bothered or excited by being driven spiritedly around corners. There's not much feel to the steering, but the body roll is fairly minimal, thanks no doubt to the low, wide wheels at the corner stance. I'd say as a whole it's mostly comfort first, though not opposed to the occasional spirited drive. And speaking of spirited, how's the performance? Well, that often requires a good smash on the throttle to see for yourself, or clicking things into sport mode to get Altima's lazy throttle pedal working. And once you do, the engine quickly surges to max revs, and the Altima glides along on an uninterrupted wave of thrust that won't break your jaw or anything, but should satisfy most of us. It's smooth and fluid, and the growl isn't too bad either. If you want your speed to head in the other direction, you'll find brakes that feel as if someone cared what they felt like. The pedal action is precise, predictable, and the brakes bite hard from an initial poke, but without feeling too twitchy. From there, pedal pressure and stopping power build up firmly as she pulls down with authority. It's all very nicely sorted, and I think that basically sums up this machine. It's just very nicely sorted out. It feels comfortable doing almost anything. You'll feel comfortable using it. It's full of neat gadgets that won't make you pull out your hair. And you've got that all-wheel drive to boot. And in Altima's boot, room for, well, let's just say it left more room to spare for all of our gear than any other sedan in recent memory. 4 big luggages or a hefty Costco run will probably prove no problem. Gripes, just those from earlier. Too many cheap-looking closeout panels on the dash, and the Cheese Fest plastic wood decor, and the very bad backup camera graphics. Also, the sportier drivers among us might wish for a little bit more precision and playfulness at some of the controls. Those are small complaints really, and this is a car with many strengths and few weaknesses, and standard all-wheel drive. Pricing from $28 with my fully loaded Altima Platinum coming in around $35. Thanks for watching. Well, thank you for watching. I do hope that you found that to be informative. My name is Justin Pritchard for autoTRADER.ca. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below for more content, and until next time, take care and drive safe.